What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on the video. If you've already seen the title, you know that we're going to be reviewing some products. We actually have ourselves Prismatic Defender sleeves, which has been sent to us from Prismatic Defenders, and we actually have ourselves 100 holographic perfect fits, specifically with the fractured hollow pattern. We have 100 holographic card sleeves in the meteor colorway, and we have 100 matte sleeves in the obsidian colorway. Now we are going to be comparing these to, well, I'll say my most used card sleeves, which is just going to be your standard Pokemon card sleeves. Now we're going to check exactly how they feel. We're going to check if they do this ridiculous sticking to each other thing that Pokemon like cards tend to have, like that, where it doesn't exactly fall. It kind of like sticks to themselves, so it makes it just slightly harder, at least for me specifically, to shuffle. Now we're gonna go ahead and we'll start off with a simple holographic perfect fit. Now the products themselves, the packaging that they're in, honestly, it's great. I give it to them. I thought that this was just gonna be sent off like this, like just in a little baggie inside of a team bag inside of a bubble mailer, but they went out of their way to make sure that it's nicely packaged with good branding. So I give them that. I'm a sucker for good branding. So this is already just regular penny sleeve. I will get my own little penny sleeve as well, just to give it a comparison, because technically that's all it is, right? Let's see. Film pretty much feels the same. I will say that. It seems as if the regular penny sleeve is sticking to itself just slightly more. And we're just going to go ahead and grab a random card out of this deck and stick it in here. I hope I'm doing, nope, I am doing it the wrong way. The hollow pattern is on this way. So the hollow pattern is only on one side. It is not on both sides. So if you're looking to have your card look a little bit extra cool, I'll give them that. I'll give them that. That actually is making a hell of a difference. If I was anybody else, I would assume that this is how the pattern looks like on the card. Now, I want to see something. Let's see. If I were to put it this way, how would the back look? Yeah, that's dope. That's actually very cool. I thought the pattern was gonna be not as visible, but that is actually a pretty freaking cool card. Now I do. Oops, did I do it the wrong way again? I did it the wrong way again. So all right, I wish there was maybe like a little frosted back. Maybe, I mean, again, this is the penny sleeve version, right? Like it's not meant to be the end all be all, right? It's not meant to be the replacement for anything else. But I would say it would be cool to have like a little frosted, just to make it a little easier to see. Yeah, that is very cool. But now what I wanted to do, I actually wanted to, okay, I'll test out like the stickiness that they both have, but I want to see just on its own. This is the texture for the regular Pekron EX, just tiny little stars on it. We're gonna amplify with the quote unquote perfect fit, which, in, I guess, if you can kind of see on a top down camera, if it wants to focus at any point, there we go, literally like a millimeter above the exact card, so it gives it just enough leeway so you can actually get inside and remove. I have, well, this is again a fresh sleeve. We haven't had it just lying around and then trying to take it out from there, because some perfect fits are trash when it comes to trying to take it out. Like, you'll do more damage to the card than good. So this is now with the fractured pattern on it. I'm gonna be real, at least on camera. In person, it's a nice little combination, but on camera, it it feels a little forced. It feels like there's just way too much going on. Again, not bad, but I got to at least be honest with myself. Like, it's a little much. It kind of feels like an overdone, but in comparison to the other sleeve though, it looks a little clearer. Because this one kind of just, like, if you're looking at it dead on, just dead on, you see the pattern very faintly. Here, you see the pattern just as faintly, but the fractured hollows popping out the most. So dead on reactions, the regular perfect fit does have a leg up, I will say. Now I do want to see how they feel when they're just together. So, oh, they also do it. So they do still kind of have like that static adhesion. Yeah, they kind of just stick to themselves a little bit. But we're gonna see if we can sleeve up a few of them and do a little shuffling, see exactly how they feel. But again, I don't think anybody would ever actually play with just these. I feel like these are more of a, you get this and you put it in your binder. I was gonna grab my binder, but it's too much work. We get this, we put it in our binder, and then we see what they look like in the binder. Now we're gonna continue on. So honestly, love it. Hollow sleeves, perfect fits. I give them a nice 8 out of 10. And I say 8 out of 10 because I don't want to give a 10 out of 10 for something I haven't fully used yet for a few months. Because if it holds its same feel and it doesn't, let's say, make it difficult to remove the cards and the holographic pattern still stays the same, I feel like then, yes, I can give it a 10 out of 10. But until then, they have to earn that 10 out of 10. We're now going to get into the holographic meteor colorway sleeves. Oop, that box just ripped completely in the back. All right. This one now isn't with a fractured pattern. This one I wanted specifically just to have like a little sheen on it. This is one that I'm very excited for. One, because red's my favorite color. But two, because I really wanted to have a sleeve that I can just pick up and use similar to the... Oh, sorry. I saw like a big crease and I was like, wait, one of the sleeves is completely damaged. No, but yeah, I wanted to have like a sleeve that I can just pick up and use, like how people are similarly using dragon shields. The back is still semi-transparent. You know, I don't exactly know everybody's stance on having slight transparency in the back. I don't know if it makes you feel like the cards are cheaper or the sleeves are cheaper that way. But I am noticing that it is quite transparent on the back. But at least for the front, that that oil, I mean, it doesn't pick it up on camera the same way as I'm seeing it in person, but there's a beautiful like oil slick style on this sleeve, and it is a lot less intense obviously than the fracture. So if you're looking to get something just to make your card stand out a little more than the average, you know, like a regular like basic dark energy, this definitely does give it a different feel, but it feels not as clear. It does become slightly less sharp. And I guess it's due to the film that's on top, right? Adding an additional layer that's removing from the clarity. But I think they claim, where is it? Premium shuffling. High clarity. It's claiming high clarity, but I definitely feel like you can see how much sharper the black is on the left with the standard Pokemon sleeve than on the right, which is the holographic. I prefer the sharper black than the, let's say, faded black. But overall, though, how I feel the sleeve is itself, it has slight bit of texturing to the back. It's not as smooth as the Pokemon one, but obviously the Pokemon one is a lot harder to shuffle in my point of view. That's why I had to start purchasing over sleeves. I don't know if Prismatic Defender has over sleeves, but I'm gonna see if I can reach out to them and see if they can provide some insight on that, because if they have over sleeves, I want to test those out as well, because in that way I can give like a genuine opinion on those as well, on top of, let's say, these. And would it make that much of a difference? We're just gonna get a few cards, so we'll cut from here, see if we can get a few cards sleeved up and stuff so that we can see how the shuffling exactly feels. Of course, you know, these are, I have to give it credit, these are fresh sleeves. I'm semi expecting them to slip around and stuff, but you know, like there are certain sleeves that I've purchased before in the past, from Amazon, like standard regular colored sleeves, and they have like it feels like they're just covered in baby oil. And like when you start to, like, let's say you're gonna stack them up on top of each other, like some of them will just slide away before you even finish like pushing it down. But we're gonna see. I'll be right back. We're just gonna go ahead and cut away for a little bit. All right, so we're gonna do at least this much cards. I feel like this is more than sufficient of a test. I feel like, without having to completely unsleeve my entire deck. But I mean, it's not bad. I will say that much. It feels definitely a little easier than Pokemon, but we're definitely gonna double check right now. I'm just trying to do like a couple of quick ones. Some of these. All right. I don't feel like bridging them, so I'm probably not gonna bridge them. But yeah, not bad. Oh, I'll give them credit. All right, yeah, those are not bad. They definitely look cool though. Like everything just feels high, like it feels like high rarities. But yeah, man, I like them. There's a lot of dark energies and stuff, but yeah, I like them. I like them. Again, I'll give these a 9 out of 10. I do wish they're a lot more sharper. That I will say. I'm not gonna try to pretend otherwise. We're gonna try to shuffle some of these Pokemon ones as well. Similar size amounts, kind of the same. Um, it's also not as bad, but notice like some of them just want to stay up. You have to like really squeeze it down. But yeah, these ones aren't as bad either. But I guess maybe they've been broken in. These aren't fresh Pokemon sleeves like straight out the pack, which I guess in general a majority of anything wouldn't be perfect. It has to be broken in, right? And I've already shuffled these quite a few times, but they are still a little sticky. I will say as much. They definitely need to be broken in quite a bit more. But great overall as well. I'm not gonna really knock on Pokemon sleeves other than they just feel a little more stickier when I'm shuffling, me personally. But I'll say in general though, they have just enough, I guess, like texture on the back where it's semi holding each other together. I wish I had my other my over sleeves, because the over sleeves definitely um my over sleeves definitely were making my cards slip around like crazy. Like I hated it. But after a few games and a few uses, they were fine. But this one, boop, you cut the deck, it's not sliding anywhere. You push it down, nothing's happening. You grab 1, 2, 3, nothing's happening. I'm gonna split that again. It's all good. Those are fine. Those are great. Now we're just gonna quickly go ahead and look at the matte sleeves themselves. But this one now is, I guess, where I'm really gonna have the most judgment on, because these are meant to be regular sleeves. They're just matte black, no holographic pattern, nothing. There should be no excuse as to the let's say the contrast, sharpness, color of the actual cards themselves being anything other than what they're supposed to be. So actually, I'll do a few, but I want to get just a dark energy. But that looks fine. That is a regular card. Transparent, so you can't really see the back of the card, so that's fine. Let's see if we can just find another ancient booster, I guess. But I really wanted to compare the dark energy with each other, but honestly, well, actually, hold on. Well, I'm not sure if the stamped versions are gonna be a different color than anything else, but it does look like the Pokemon sleeve, at least on camera, is slightly, I'm talking slightly sharper. But I think it's just on the camera. I'm gonna be honest with you. In person, they look identical. But on the camera, it kind of looks like the right one is slightly faded. Or like not as like as, yeah, like a little more grayed out. But in person, they actually do look the same. Like there's absolutely no distinguishable difference with the clarity of the card. This is what I prefer. If you want to double check, if you already have one. Oh, if you're seeing that though, it's a little hard to like shuffle, not shuffle, but like I'm trying to like really squeeze through these cards. Actually, yeah, that is a quite a sticky card. But they don't feel as bad when I'm just shuffling them. They go like right on through. Like, I'm not even putting that much effort. That's weird. But let me see. Let me just go ahead and grab one of these and switch it with a hollow sleeve so we can see the difference of their matte and their hollow. Yeah, it just, this one does look sharper obviously than this one, which is great, right? But yeah, that hollow pattern, it gives it a nice little oomph if you just feel like being a little extra. But In terms of just regular sleeves, guys, if you are looking for regular sleeves and you don't feel like having these vanity sleeves, go ahead and hit them up. Check out prismaticdefender.com. I'm gonna put a link in the description down below. And feel free to use code GATO for up to 15% off. GATO. Code GATO. You use that and you'll get 15% off your next order. And yeah, man, just let them know. You can hit them up on Instagram. Let them know that you came from my channel. Pretty sure they'll be really happy to see that they're getting some type of customers from my page. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm actually quite damn impressed. I really like the matte sleeves and the fractured hollow patterns. This one, I'm a little bit let down solely because it faded out the cards slightly. Like the sharpness just wasn't there anymore. But in terms of still, again, just using them if you really need to use them for a competition or something, they're great. I love them. They do not pose any sort of difficulty when shuffling, it seems like. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. And yeah, man, I'm slowly making my way up the ranks. All right, I will catch you guys all on the next video. See ya.